Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us this morning. At 9 a.m., we will close our social media and continue on Zoom only. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. We will be there until 10 a.m. You can join us now, and we'll see you in the Elizabeth Zoom room. Today, your hosts are Mama Raziya Curtis, Andrea Hetheru, and Deitra Covington. Enjoy.
Grand Rising.
Oh, yay, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Yes.
Grand Rising. All right, family. First of all, I want to say thank you to Queen Aduni for putting the Elizabeths together. It has been a true journey, gathering daily and discussing life and life.
Yeah, right. We don't never know where life is taking us that day. Well, we have a guide, but
that's true. It has truly been a journey, especially these last 2 discombobulated years, man, I'm telling you. But anyway, we still press on because
yes, we do.
We have been through so much, mentally, physically, and spiritually, even prior to. So, and everything we've been through has prepared us for this moment. So here we are.
Yes. Thanks. Yes.
So we want to just say good morning, Grand Rising, hello.
Hey. Yeah, right. Buenos dias.
Right, all of that. Anybody know any more? We have Chinese, African, Jambo.
Abarigani.
Yes, Abarigani.
Yeah.
I'd like to introduce also my cohort for today is Sister Deitra.
Yes, greetings, yay.
And we want to send love and healing light energy to Mama Raziya.
Yes.
Tuesday. And thank you all for being present today. I need to put on a different shirt. Okay. Oh.
Well, your chi showing?
Yeah, no, just a little cleavage, My shirt dips. So anyway, we are the Tuesday set. That's us. We're the Tuesday people. And we talk about food and health and movement. So I just want us to begin with just closing our eyes and taking a deep breath, inhaling through your nostril, filling that belly with air. This is a diaphragm thing. And then you pause for a couple seconds and then release the air from your mouth. Make sure that your shoulders are in their space and not earrings for your ears. So you inhale. You take those shoulders up and then exhale and drop them so you can find out where the shoulders can live. Right there. Let's inhale again and exhale. This time we're going to take our arms up. Again, leave them in the shoulder space and we're just going to reach gently. Just gently reach up as tall as you can. Make sure you're sitting up tall. Continue to breathe. As you're breathing, you want to make sure that when you inhale, you want to open up that core and push down to the root chakra internally, that is, on the inside, your most inner self. And then as you exhale, bring your arms down, but squeeze your core and then pull it back up behind the belly button on the exhale. Few more breaths, pushing down that core to the base on the inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze and bring that core back up to behind the belly button. And 2 more. One last. All right. Thank you for that. I hope everyone knew what I was talking about when I said that inner core. The innards. All right. Today we want to welcome Nicole Sala. She is a very special energy that I met through my partner some years ago. My mom had been diagnosed with ALS, and I was going through a rough time because, you know, it was a life-changing diagnosis. And my husband said, go get a massage, And I was like, I don't know, I'm not ready. You know, people, we're so apprehensive about that because of someone else touching our bodies. And I don't know what that apprehension is. But anywho, I eventually did make the appointment, and I went to see this sister, and she not only cares for one in that way, she will sit down and get to know you just to get you comfortable. She will talk to you about the different things that you're going through or challenges that you're having. And then there comes the speaking of herbs and whatnot to take to help you on your journey. And then I climbed on the table. I was scheduled to take an hour massage, and I woke up 4 hours later.
Oh,
Wow.
The love that in her hands, her hands are, compared to mine, they're small, but when I tell you the strength of this woman, she can put Godzilla out, okay? I'm just saying. And she always has really good spaces and beautiful energy, and it just changed my life. She's just a really special person. Nicole Sala, she wants to talk about the river of life, our blood. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So dive in. Ladies, you know we need to keep a tablet, some paper, and a pen because we always need that. So gather your things, heat up your tea, go get your cup, and let's get ready to meet and experience Nicole Sala. I'm going to get my tea.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I feel very welcome. Yes, I met Mama Het a long time ago. Let me know if you can hear me, because I know sometimes I talk low, and this is the first outer talking to people this morning so far. So my voice hasn't registered in yet, so I know I sound real heavy.
You sound real good, sister.
Okay, wonderful.
We hear you.
Okay, perfect. But Grand Rising, thank you, ladies, for having me. I hear about you. Sometimes I hear you talk and you share wonderful information. So I know I am amongst some beautiful, powerful, welcoming women. And so again, thank you. Thank you for this space.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Yeah, I love to share. Let me block. Hold on. Let me block. Put on focus. Do not disturb. Is my phone, I get to having 50 million notifications. Okay. So again, I'm Nicole Sala, Scruggs. My handles on, if anybody's seen anything, maybe not, but EW Healing or Ellison Holistic Health Consultants is my company. I am a naturopath. I'm a certified naturopath. I'm a licensed massage therapist. I am a master herbalist, certified master herbalist. It's interesting, my background, I started off in engineering.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a Detroiter. I went to Cass Tech, ended up knowing that, okay, I have to do something to change my trajectory. And my parents put me on the engineering trajectory, even though psychology was my thought process, but science and math was fun. And so I ended up going to GMI Engineering and Management, private university up in Flint, Michigan. It's now called Kettering University. I did 4 years out of 5. It was the basis that I needed in understanding systems the way that I thought, the way that I processed. So that's how I approached the human body as time went on, because I took about 10 years and searching for what I wanted to do, what my passion would be, what would make me comfortable, what would make me happy to do every day, and not do the same thing my parents or my uncles and aunts were doing in a job, not happy, getting sick, and things like that. And I enjoyed engineering, but I didn't like the politics. And so I went into banking, went into writing loans, went into working in hospital, AFC homes, nursing centers, which took me into starting to do in the medical field. In the hospital, I worked in oncology, in the oncology wing, which I did not like what was being done. I did not like what I was seeing. And I knew it was a better way. In school, I was having bowel issues that stimulated from stress. Didn't realize that until my 3rd, 4th year of college. And my mom had a come to Jesus meeting with me, and I ended up firing my gastroenterologist because they were playing with me. But it had gotten to the point where my bowels were so locked in and out because I was so stressed out that I was feeling like I was having a heart attack every time my bowels were trying to move. And that was starting at like 19, 20. And as I journeyed on, and I found Irene's Myomassology Institute of Natural Healing, and I took a course in herbology, and that was the light bulb. And I was like, oh my God, I knew it. I was like, God, I knew it. I knew it. I knew I did not have to take pills for the rest of my life. I did not have to do this mess that they're saying for the rest of my life. Okay. All right. And then when I going to Irene's was a kismet moment. As soon as I walked in, the smell, the atmosphere drew me in. And so that's my beginning on that and starting with that. And it ended up going to Michigan Institute of Natural Healing, and getting my certifications, other than getting my licenses with Irene's and things like that. And so I started, after working for a couple of people like Massage Green, I started Ellison Holistic LLC. And I combined the engineering, I combined what I do in the health industry, working as a CNA. And then the business aspect of dealing with people and talking with people and understanding how people move and their pathologies and thought process. And that's how I approach the body when helping someone to overcome or recover or maintain. And so the motto or mantra of my company is relax to restore, and then the healing touch experience. So, kind of background of Ellison Holistic and Nicole Sala. And I also wrote, and I was given the task, assignment to write a book. God dropped it in my spirit, and I fought with this. I fought with it for years. And it's called Healing the River of Life, the blood. Because in my journey of talking with people and getting them to understand how important the blood, our blood is, and cleansing our blood and keeping our circulation on point, it's extremely important. And so I wanted to give a point of view from my eyesight and my journey and cleaning my blood, and seeing the people that had skin issues and then them allowing me into their personal business of their health and going on journeys with them to find out what's going on in their blood and rectifying. And so I sought and I prayed and I meditated, and I would go in and out of town and sit and write. And this book was birthed. It took some time, and I believe it's a wonderful work to help people to look from a different lens. And I know some people get, and it's like, oh, well, you might be starting off with dogma. Yes and no. There are ancient texts that's added to it, but it's just a perspective of thought. Not saying that it has to be the end all, but what if? And let's look at it from another perspective of what if there were choices that we were given, there were information that we were given, and our choices mandated what's going on inside of our blood. So that is the book. And so let's get in on topic of healing the river of life, the blood. Our blood is comprised of so much. Okay, our blood helps us to stay warm. It gets nutrients to our bodies. Our blood keeps us alive. It is the river of life. Okay, so nutrients getting to the other organs, coming from being born out of our long bones. So our long bones in our legs, in our ribs, in our arms, majority in our legs, right? So our blood is born there, created there, and then pushed up in our veins, right? Arteries, and then taken back down, but up to the blood, up to the liver, to be cleansed, to add nutrients, to the heart, to be pumped, the kidneys, adding the water that's necessary for it to get where it needs to go and absorb the way that it needs to be absorbed. And sometimes I think we don't understand exactly how our blood works, as far as keeping us healthy, and then eating the proper foods to make sure that we're cleansing, to make sure that we are eliminating the toxicity. And then on top of that, the circulation and movement, so that we're staying consistently moving in our blood, consistently having the respirations, consistently having the proper flow that is necessary for us to have healthy blood. And so, quick question, because I like interaction, just to see where we are. When someone speaks to you of healthy blood, what does that mean to you? Anyone can jump in.
This is Deitra. For me, when they talk about blood, I think about movement, just like you said, circulation. You know, it's something that moves throughout my body. So I think about movement.
Okay. Anybody else?
When I think about blood, I think of a life force. Without it, nothing is going to happen. And the force being from the word how powerful, because if your blood is not healthy, then that force is limited, shall I say. But when that force is powerful, healthy and stuff, your body can move, your, everything going on in the system can regenerate itself, and it's just healthy. It's healthier, and it fights away other stuff that's trying to get inside there when it's healthy. When it's not, COVID.
Mama head.
At peace.
Good morning.
Grand
Or
rising.
Grand Rising. Sorry.
Grand Rising.
Grand
It's okay.
Rising. I love your story, by the way. Thank you for sharing. So what was the question again exactly? Because I had an instant answer when you asked it. What's the question?
Okay. When it comes to your blood being clean, what does that mean to you?
Oh, okay. I thought of iron because
Okay.
I struggle with that, is keeping
Okay.
enough iron in my blood. So I immediately thought iron makes my blood strong, and I
Okay.
need more of it.
Okay.
Mama,
Anyone else?
me, Mama Hit. I think I wrote down when someone asked about blood, my immediate reactions were my blood type, clotting. When I was pregnant, clotting was really important. And then I think of the blood as communication.
Okay. Now, all of you hit wonderful points. Wonderful, wonderful points. And it is absolutely correct, all of you. And let's go to the iron. And I take it that you're anemic. Did you say her name was that?
Yeah.
At peace.
At peace. At peace. You're anemic?
Yes.
Okay. And so strength in the blood comes from the many nutrients that we need, right? Iron is one of them. Iron is one of them because of our liver, right? Our liver makes over hundreds of thousands of chemicals to feed our other glands, right? So that we make these hormones for the production and the maintenance and elimination and absorption of other things or nutrients and waste in our body. So that strength and communication that happens in the blood from the pulses that come from thought and what's needed, those chemical responses, those are the messages that come from the organs, that come from the glands, that come from the cell. And so you have a myriad of nutrients that's necessary, but iron is key. And so we have to be very careful when we're taking iron. I know they like to prescribe the iron oil tabs, which is very harsh for the body. Very, very harsh for the body. So herbs like yellow dock, Oregon grape, milk thistle, eating your beets, okay? Eating your green leafies, dark green leafies. But like a tincture or capsule of yellow dock will help you to replace the tablets. And then other things that you would do in your blood, for your blood, and taking care of your bone. And so our blood is born in the bone. And so when we need new blood and stem cells are being born and the regeneration in our bodies, because God made a perfect being. We're perfectly weak and strong at the same time. And so when our body is making this blood and the stem cells are being produced, depending on what we're eating, depending on what we're eliminating, that's how good the next batch of blood that is being made, right? And so the blood is made every 120 days. So every day starts a new 120 days.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Mhm.
And so a third of your body is maintaining, a third of your body is being made, and a third of your body, as far as blood, is being eliminated in cells and waste.
Mhm.
And so when we think of the communication that needs to be had in our blood, the power, the strength, the life force that's in our blood, it's not just the physical food we eat, it's the spiritual food we eat. If we consistently have negative thought processes or receive negative energy, drama, things that bring us below the belly button all the time and not in a positive way, or emoting without coming to a close or handling the situation, facing it, and said, okay, this is done. We come to an agreement. We have proper resolution for this situation inside of us. Then we begin to taint our blood. And so what will be reproduced is the same negativity. Those stem cells will produce and reproduce the same negativity in our blood, which will have havoc on our cells, on our tissues, on our organ, on our skin. You follow me? And so just to bring it all, kind of on a nice even plane, we have so much accountability and responsibility to ourselves in self-care and self-love. And then taking the time to try to understand, not try, I know Mama Hip about to throw a shoe at this, press to understand how important our blood is and necessary, and the necessity of it being clean. The necessity of how am I thinking in a day that will regenerate better blood? Meaning when I go to eat, yes, every now and again I have my, cake, because I'm a cake cookie pie girl. I am. Even though I'm a herbalist and all that, I love ice cream. I love cake. I love cookie. I love pie.
I eat cake and pie before I eat candy.
So, but there has to be a balance. And we have to ask ourselves, what did I eat today? How much water did I have?
Mm-hmm.
Did I eliminate today?
Mm-hmm.
When I eliminated today, was it easy?
Mm-hmm.
Did I take a pause today just to stop and center myself and get proper oxygen? Okay. Because going back to the science of it all, if we're not getting proper oxygen in the blood, then our blood gets thick. Then those messages becomes very slow. Your clotting can be overstimulated or understimulated. Okay. Because things can be turned on or turned off by either an inherited issue that you got from parentals or something that was turned on by consistent eating or hurting of an organ or accident or a situation that just happened to transpire. Now you have an issue with how your blood is being regenerated because of X, Y, and Z. So we have to be so careful, so very careful in our thought process and what we want to have our bodies to regenerate. And so it starts again with our thinking. It starts with our thinking, and then what we put in spiritually, and then what we put in our mouths. Because if we do not get the proper nutrition, if we do not get the proper respiration, meaning oxygen in the blood, meaning getting the carbon dioxide out of the body, oxygen in the body, in your nose, filtered by your nose hairs, that proper oxygen in your blood, then you start to get thick in the blood. And then if you have other underlying issues that can cause diabetic situations or a hit to your pancreas, and you'll either get pancreatitis depending on your blood type, or you'll get diabetes mellitus type 2. And so we have to be thoughtful, and ask questions when it comes to our blood. Let's not assume all the time, because sometimes assumptions will get us in a place and then we miss critical information that, especially as women that bear children, our blood has to be strong. Our blood has to be full of nutrients. Our blood and circulation of our blood has to be vibrant. And if our circulation is off, your blood is off. You will get pooling of blood. You'll bruise easy, okay? Meaning your vitamin C levels are being depleted. And your fiber netting that is in your blood that holds together is weakened, and then you're bruised quickly, easy. And so those factors have to be in line as far as what we're eating on a day-to-day basis, again, physically and spiritually, to ensure that the circulation is on point. And then Mama Het brings it home with movement. Movement is necessary. Movement is absolutely necessary. Every part of our body needs to move. If we don't, our blood can pool and sit in places and cause issues in our muscle tissue that will have, what's the way to put it? Over time, we'll begin to have issues as far as breakdown and atrophy of muscle. You'll begin to have sciatic pains, back pains where your kidneys are in trouble, retaining of water because the kidneys are overworked, which will strain the heart and have the heart pumping at a too much of a high rate, or too strong, which will create high blood pressure. Not all the time there's debris in the blood that would, or people saying, oh, you ate too much salt or something like that, and that's why you have high blood pressure. There is plaque that's building and other toxicities or waste material that can be in your vein artery to cause it to narrow by not having proper nutrition, spiritually and physically, that will cause the blood to have a hard time flowing into a cell. And so the kidneys will push for the fluid. The heart will pump real hard to get the blood into that particular area. Then on a consistent basis, that's how high blood pressure actually begins in the body. And then the opposite with low blood pressure. But I want us to be real cognizant of how we're thinking when it comes to blood and our day-to-day activity. I'm a strong advocate for body work, and how body work is an essential, not a luxury, not something that we do just to, oh, I'm gonna make myself feel good. And so I'm just gonna go have a massage and I'm gonna feel better, or I'm just gonna have this massage at this little area and then that should help, and that's all done. And thinking that we moved the blood, we moved the stagnation, and the circulation should be better. And that's it. No consistency at all. But for healthy blood, we need consistent touch, consistent movement, consistent nutrients, consistent absorption of the nutrients, consistent hydration, okay? and absorption of the hydration. And that's a point that I really want to make sure that we understand as well. We may drink water and think we're drinking enough water, but every last one of you, I want you to take a piece of your arm and just take the skin and pinch it and then let it go and look at it and see if it went back or if it's kind of sat there for a little while.
Mine went back.
Okay, very good.
Mine snapped back.
So a quick snap back?
Mine snapped back immediately. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine too.
All right. Okay, now go on upper in your arm. Upper in your deltoid and your bicep. And
Where's
can you pinch
Like
your
your
right here?
bicep? Mm-hmm. Yep. Can you pinch your skin? No, not that thick. Thin.
Oh, okay.
Thin. Can you pinch and then see if it goes back?
Yeah, going back.
Okay. And so I want you throughout the day, go throughout your body and see where it goes slow down or if you can't pinch that at all. If you can't pinch that at all, there's a lot of absorption or there's a lot of fluid backup in your body, retaining of water, and not enough hydration. If it goes up and snap back, you're hydrated in that area. So you would go through your face or your back, your butt, your legs, and you will see that the body has different ways or different outcomes of hydration and absorption. But if you're seeing and you're feeling, tightness, and I know a lot of times we think, oh, well, I want my skin tight. Your skin can be tight, but it still should have some turgor. You still should have some turgor. And if there's no turgor there, then hydration is not apropos at the time. It's not up to par. It's not up to par. And so we should be drinking 80% of our body weight. I know that's a big kerfuffle in our community of how much water you should be drinking and what type of water you should be drinking, right? And so 80% of our body weight in ounces, sipping, not guzzling. When you guzzle, you're going to urinate within 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes, you're going to urinate. And if you're not a consistent water drinker, your body is already thinking that you're in a famine. So it's going to hold as much water and you're going to retain the water, which makes your blood goes into a more thickness and your circulation begins to kind of go down, especially if you're not moving consistently every day. Okay. And then that will bring, after so much time, it'll arise blood issues. And then you'll start seeing symptoms of things arise in the body or shots of pain or it feel like lightning or dull or headache or constipation. A myriad of things when we're not on top of our hydration and get enough oxygen into the blood. And I know it's a day-to-day thing and people begin to obsess. And that's one thing I don't want us to do, not to obsess, for it to be and become a way of life of sipping water throughout the whole day. Because the more you sip water, your body says, okay, oh, she's not playing. Okay, she's going to give us water. And so your body begins to go ahead and urinate more, but you will see how much more you're thirsty for water when you start sipping it instead of the guzzle, because then your mouth will start to get a little dry. And you're like, wait a minute, I need some more water. And you'll sip some more and sip some more. And the next thing you know, you're going through bottles of water. And your body is saying, okay. And then after a good, I would say 30 to 40 days, you should see the difference in skin. You should see the difference in your attitude. You should see the difference in your stress level. Because when our body is not getting enough hydration and our blood is getting too thick and then we're not eliminating out of our blood like we need to, our organs begin to get stressed out and irritated. And then our emotional body will result from that. Has anybody ever heard of when your liver is hot?
No, I haven't.
Anybody? Okay. So when your liver is overworked, meaning it's processing, haven't gotten the proper nutrients. So we're eating a lot of foods that our liver really can't metabolize for nutrients, meaning not enough green leafies, not enough legumes, not enough water, not enough rest, not enough hydration. Okay. It could become fatty. It could become, again, overworked and tired. So it becomes hot. Now, liver is a filter as well as a creator and excreter. And so as it gets hot, it's irritated, which will make our wick short. Okay. And then you flip off, easily agitated. And then you could be having a great day all of a sudden, and then it's, and then you're looking at the room and you're seeing like really somebody really didn't come in with a horrible energy or anything like that. But that just irritated me all of a sudden. And then I have this mood and then it stays. And then you turn around, drink some water or whatever, and do some other things, and then you might come down. But if not, it's like you have this, it seems like a season of irritation. Our livers can be hot. And the way you will know is think back to everything you ate for the past 2 weeks. And then how many bowel movements did I have each day? Did I have 3 to 5 bowel movements? If I ate 3 meals per day, plus snacks? How much water did I drink each day? And then go up under your breast and start to push, especially on the right, and push up underneath the breastbone. And if you really feel any tenderness and go around, I mean, really pushing it, then you have some liver trauma. And so now you want to start on eating your beets and drinking your water and sitting down and meditating and relaxing your mind and asking your liver, what do you need? And listen to your body. When you feel something off or something's not right, okay, blood, what do you need? You've been telling me, but I've been ignoring you. I'm sorry. What do you need? And sit and listen, because your body will tell you. Because if you think about it, how many times people of all of us sitting here, you've been out and about and all of a sudden you said, man, I need to drink some water. Or I didn't have anything that was green. I need to eat something green. Oh, I have a taste for some pumpkin. Oh, I have olives. I need to eat that. And so our bodies tell us. That's the communication. That's the communication. The blood is saying, hey, or to send a headache, or to send, constipation, sluggish, tired, sharp pain, dull pain, to say, okay, something's going on. We need a cleansing. We need a cleansing. We need a cleansing. We need a cleansing. Okay, so going back, because I can go on and on in directions. I want to stay.
Yeah,
Don't want to be out.
Yeah, we have a hand up who wants to join the conversation with you.
Okay, come on
Star.
Okay, this might be a stupid question, but I'm gonna ask it.
Never a stupid question.
I only had one at first, but then you said something, so now I have two. Okay, the first question goes back to when you said pinch yourself. You said if you can't pinch yourself, the question is, what does that look like when you can't pinch yourself? And then the second question is, when you said go under your right breast.
Mm-hmm.
What if you don't have one there?
The last question that you kind of went down, you said, what happens, what?
What if you don't have a right breast there?
You still have your bone.
Okay.
You still have the breastbone.
Okay.
So even though the breast is there, because you're going to press where the liver is. So it doesn't matter if you have your breast or not. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter at all. So you actually will come across, but it's just on your right side is the thickness of and the butt of your liver. So where that breastbone up under there, and so you will press in, right? You follow me? Make sense? Okay. And now for your first question, what does that look like? Okay. Let's see. Like I right now in the season, I'm dry. And so I'm working on my hydration because it's a work for me. And that's one of my issues. So you see how I can't pinch right here? That's what that looks like.
Okay.
Okay. Because you should be able to pinch a piece of skin. Like down here, I can't. Right? But up here, I'm more dry. Okay. And so the circulation in my face, I will have to do more massaging and getting that circulation of blood and drinking of water and eating of nutrients and getting that up and going in the right space so that my skin in that area becomes more plumped, full of blood. And so the blood will come out of from the vein artery level, come through the muscle tissue, come to the skin, and then go back down. Because a lot of us, what happens is the blood pools in the muscle and doesn't get up all the way up to the skin level. And so we have an issue where there goes the dehydration of the skin, breakdown of the skin, nutrients is not getting all the way to the skin. And that's our biggest muscle. The skin is our biggest muscle and protection. And so when our blood is not clean enough and not circulating to the places where it needs to go, then we start to have those issues. And so we go back and go back to the common denominator or the lowest end of enough water, enough movement, enough absorption of nutrients and elimination, right? And so making sure that we are doing all of that. It is so important, especially as women and having the reproductive organs that we have, seeing the rise in bloodborne issues that we have from the things that we're eating, the things that we're thinking, and even breathing in. It is so important that we're cleansing our blood all the time and building our blood up, but not being obsessive about it, if that makes sense. So following a balance. And so having herbs, having food, having body work, having joyous occasions when you're laughing and dancing, and consistency in meditation and being aligned with self, that our blood is consistently staying alive. Right. And so nutrients like herbs like Chippewa pine, tart cherry, Oregon grape, and that helps to cleanse the lymphatic system. Burdock root, red clover blossoms, the white clover blossoms, chamomile, nettles, okay, the ginsengs, yellow dock, uva ursi. Those are different herbs, and it's a plethora of herbs that we can use for blood building, because every herb isn't for everybody. That's why the herbs have multiple uses and multiple benefits. But there are herbs like that will help build the blood, the oat straw, and getting the bone strong. And people think, oh, it's just calcium. No, we need more than just calcium. We need the magnesium. We need your vitamin D. You need your B complexes. And so eating all of that, your vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin K, standing in the sun, us being melaninated people, standing in sunbathing is so essential to our health and our blood. and strengthening our blood. But we have to make sure that we're eliminating properly. Those bowel movements are necessity. Circulation and movement, necessity. Stress level going down, necessity. Because if your stress level is too high, you will not eliminate proper. You will not have the bowel movements that we ought to have because stress stops the digestive system.
Sister Nicole, I can recall when my mother went to the doctor one time and the doctor pinched her skin and it took a long time for it to go back down. It went down really slow. He said that was a sign of dehydration. And also, I know you mentioned, I don't hear you say, because I know we talk about it, the cayenne pepper, right? For blood too.
Yes, cayenne pepper is thank you for that. Cayenne pepper is one of the best foods God gave us on the earth. It has so many benefits and properties. And so many people miss the wonder and the benefit of cayenne pepper because of the heat. Now, we were talking, they said that bruising, and I was sharing that cayenne pepper draws blood, right? It draws blood to the situation. So if you have a big bruise, you can take cayenne pepper, put in a double boiler, real easy. You have to buy one, but you can take a glass jar, put in some in the water of a boiling pot, right? And then put your olive oil or peanut oil, and then like a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, and you just want to open it because you don't want to burn the oil or the herb. And then you massage around that bruised area. And so it's going to send that cayenne pepper is going to give nutrients to that area, right? And then it's going to draw blood to that area so that the waste can go away. The old dried up blood can go away and new blood can go to that area. And that's what cayenne pepper does throughout the whole body. Even in having a heart attack and stroke, a tablespoon or between a tablespoon and a teaspoon and a tablespoon underneath the tongue. If you feel yourself having a heart issue, it will stop it immediately because it's going to open it up. Now, will you burn in the mouth? Yes, but you'll have a euphoric euphoric experience because it brings euphoria. You'll feel like you're high. You won't die. If you have ulcers in the belly, it will burn, but it will heal them. And I know they tell you, oh, don't have cayenne pepper if you have ulcers. That's a misnomer. I was at a seminar and a young man, well, I still think he's young. He was in his 50s. He thought that he wanted to die. He heard about the cayenne pepper and one of the companies that I represent does cayenne pepper in capsules, right? And so this gentleman always does a demonstration where he puts a handful of cayenne capsules in his mouth and then takes them. But this man thought he was crazy and was like, no, my stomach I'm tired, I'm ready to die. So he bought them thinking that he was going to overdose on the cayenne pepper and be free from his ulcers. So he took the whole bottle of cayenne pepper and he slept for 3 days. Isn't that funny? 3 days though, the significance of the 3. He slept for 3 days, woke up because his wife was like, why my husband won't wake up? And they told him, he's just let him rest. As long as he's breathing, everything is cool, just let him rest. And he woke up thinking that he woke up to be on the other side, realized he was still here. Came back, all of his ulcers were gone. Went back to the doctor. And God does that. Everything that we need, as I was taught and I teach and share, everything we need will actually grow around us. It'll grow in our grass. If we want our grass to be green, then we have to bring our body in balance. But for it to remain green, the things that grow up in our grass, we have to start to eat. And then we have to find someone like me and say, okay, or do the proper research, and then still talk to someone like me to make sure that you're eating it properly, that you're preparing it properly. To bring your body into harmony, bring your blood into harmony. Because I also spiritually believe in our blood is the way that we have our pure connection to God. Because I believe, this is my belief, his spirit is the movement in our blood. And he wants to dwell in, or God wants to dwell in, she wants to dwell in a clean place. And so it's our job to make sure that everything that we're doing the responsible, accountable work to ourselves to find out information and then apply it. Not just go and say, okay, I looked up on the internet, da, 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 da. Talk to somebody that actually, this is what they do, just to make sure you're on the same path. Because I've had clients, they'll say, oh, I tried that natural stuff. It don't work. And I say, okay, well, what did you do? Oh, they gave me this to do this and do that and do this and do that. And I said, well, did you do this and do that exactly how they told you? No, I only did this and I did that. And I said, so how did you expect it to work when you didn't follow direction? Mm-hmm. And we, us brown folk, we real good for circumventing the instruction. We love to. We don't like to, because just because you said it, I don't want to do it that way. I'm going to figure out a way that works for me. And that can hurt us. That can hurt us. Mm-hmm. And I don't want us to be hurt. I want us to make sure that we're okay. Anybody have questions? Because if I see, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your question?
We got a couple of questions here.
Go ahead.
Pam, you want to come on back, and then At Peace right behind her.
And then me.
Oh, who is me?
I just had a statement
that, okay, I didn't see your hand. Okay.
When you mentioned the cayenne pepper, a friend of mine, she has me drinking a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in water. And she also has me drinking a teaspoon of cinnamon in water because of what she sees in my face.
Yeah, absolutely. I would add some yellow dock too for your liver and gallbladder.
What is yellow dot?
Yellow dock, D as like a boat dock, DOCK.
Yellow dock.
And it grows around Detroit heartily. Yellow dock. And you can I'll put my email address up there too. I could tell you where to get it if you want to get it raw. If you want to get it in a tincture to make it easy, you can order it from my website. Okay. But please, I hope when you're taking this cayenne pepper and cinnamon, you're doing it in a shot glass, right?
Well, no, it's about like a 8-ounce cup.
Do a shot glass.
A shot glass.
Get a shot glass and get a nut milk or a seed milk. Do you drink nut or seed milks? Like coconut, almond, hemp, rice.
Rice milk.
Okay, so take your rice milk, okay, and then put it on top of that, and then you're gonna shoot it back. And then after that, sip your water.
Okay.
Okay. Because you put it in the 8-ounce, that's torture. And you're not going to want to do that all the time. I'm telling you, you're not. And you'll look up and then you'll be like, I didn't do it today. It's rough. My dad did the same thing. And I told him, I said, I told you a quarter teaspoon. He took a whole tablespoon with an 8-ounce glass. And then it stuck to the top of his mouth. And then he running around the house. And I was like, I didn't tell you to do that. I said a quarter teaspoon. See that instruction thing? I'm going to hurry up and make this work. No. You got there slow, so you gotta slow it is the other way. It's okay, but but a shot glass. So you want to do it in the morning. Why I say the nut milk? Because that'll help coat your stomach. Now you can do it on an empty stomach, but just depend because some people have nightshade and other type sensitivities. So you want to make sure your stomach is just coated and that you don't have any response. And then if that is your issue, you can do foot baths of cayenne pepper because your feet will soak it and it will go right where it needs to. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And on that area. And so I teach people too. So you want to do the double work. You want to do from the inside out and the outside in. So as you taking it in, and if you're having such an issue going in, then you want to, use that on the outside or even go down to a lesser, which is turmeric. Same family, does same thing, but just not as strong. Okay. Yeah, and then and chilies. Cause that jumped in my head. Chilies and cayenne pepper, two different things. Chilies will irritate your belly and not heal. Cayenne pepper, African bird pepper, will heal. Okay, if that makes sense. So if you get in chilies, just keep that at a minimum, especially if your stomach can't handle it and you have some issues because it will irritate the lining of your stomach because it's an offshoot of the cayenne pepper. Okay. Did I miss anybody else?
We have Peace, and then we have Mama Evelyn.
Okay.
Let Mama Evelyn go. I'm on the phone.
Okay, Mama.
I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have clients that you help with a hernia issue? And the second question is just, what is your process when you're assessing someone and their needs?
The first question, depending on where the hernia is, but yes. Where's the hernia?
Belly.
Okay, so is the down by the navel or
Yeah.
up under the breast? Okay.
Yeah.
For you or for a male?
Me.
Okay. All right. And so body work. And so we help with that and see where the stress is. Can I be direct?
Sure.
Not okay. And so and helping to bring the weight down. And whatever that pressure is that's pushing that piece of muscle tissue through those structures, because that's what hernias do. So there's pressure there. So is the hernia coming from the bowel?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Did they diagnose? They diagnosed it, right?
Yeah, I'd have to look at the paperwork.
Okay. So then you can get with me and then I'll know from the paperwork where the hernia exactly where it is. Okay. And then you will, okay. And so you said most my process. So I'll go through, I can process with you what I would do with that. Okay. And so I would sit down with you or it's Zoom or over the phone or in person and get to know you and ask a lot of questions about your health background, about how you feel about you, your comfortability, to really see how comfortable you are with you. Then I can kind of tell what you will do and what you're not going to do.
I can tell you right now, the challenges for me is moving. I want to dance. I even, paint and put dancing figures on some of my artwork, but it's like getting me to move is like, oh no. And I got the music and everything else. I don't know why I don't get up and
my goodness. Mama Head does a wonderful chair and movement. Mama Hetheru. Yeah, definitely. But you can start in chair and dance. And even just moving your hips. Remember that's sexy. You still sexy. It's still there. And remember it and move and remember and move. And and just have the music on. And then next thing you know, just shoot your arms up and breathe and sip on water and laugh. Don't take yourself so serious. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
when
got
them
it.
tears come, let them fall. Let God capture them tears. Let them do it. Okay? Okay. All right. But I ask questions to find out exactly what your history is. If there's any diagnosis and things like that, because where I am at this point in time, they have more money to go through and use, their big machines. I just know how to read the information. So go ahead and use your insurance and do that, and so I do a collaborative work and try to really work with your MD if they are willing to work together. And then go through, and then I do a dry blood analysis. I prick your finger like a glucose test. Real simple. It don't hurt that bad. I even let you do it if it's, I let you prick yourself. And then I put your A blots on a microscope slide, and then I analyze it under a microscope on how your blood dries. And it's not to diagnose, it's to let me find out and let me understand what's going on and what was going on in your organs, in your tissues, if there's things there that are viral, parasitic, acidic, it's just where you are. So I'll know how to suggest the right foods for your particular individual body. And then by it being a hernia, we'll set up the plan to do the body work and how many times a week and set you up a program for that. So the eating regimen along with the herbal regimen and then the body work that's necessary to get your muscle structure strong and to gently push that hernia back in place and help you strengthen the muscles so that it is stay in place. All right. So that's kind of like that's a example of a process.
Mama Nicole,
Mm-hmm.
could you share, like, you had a consult not too long ago, and I just want you to give an example of like some of the questions you asked and, the responses that your client was giving. We didn't know no names. I didn't know who it was, but I was like, okay, wait a minute. How you going to get help? I just want to go, please. We need that. Cause I think that's important.
Okay. I get, people say they want help, and we do. We say we want help, but when it comes to change,
I'm guilty. So go
ahead. When it comes to change, it's hard. And so I had a lady that she has rheumatoid arthritis, and she was very her fingers are like with that. I should have got on my tablet, but her hands are like that and swollen. And then she has a hard time walking. Right. And so I'm on the phone and I'm asking questions. And I said, okay. And she was like, okay, but I'm not going to do what I'm not going to do. And I said, okay. I said, well, are you willing to make some changes, to your eating? And excuse my vulgarity. She was like, I'm not going to eat that shit. Mm-mm. And I was like, okay, well, there are certain things that we want to eat to help your body in the circulation and regeneration. Well, I'm not giving up my pork. I'm not giving up my pop. I'm not giving up my candy. I could drink a little bit more water. Okay. I said, well, will you take certain herbs if I get you the supplements? I might do that, but I'm not giving up my bacon. I'm not giving that up. And I okay, well, how do we presuppose change? Well, I'm just saying, because I'm healthy. And I know I had this situation, but I'm healthy. I get up to go to the bathroom one time and then I have to sit back down. And I said, so how else do you get to the bathroom? Well, I have to get help. Okay. Okay. I said, and you're healthy. Yes, I'm healthy. And these the conversations, you know, people and I try and I re-ask questions because I want you to hear yourself say it, what you said. I want you to really hear yourself saying the things that you said, even within the blood. And I have a client that a fibroid situation and asking, okay, what do you use for sanitary options? Okay, well, do you know that chemicals are in the sanitary napkins that will cause us to bleed more? That will actually stimulate fibroid or polycystic, situations. Yeah, but I don't, I was like, okay, well, try the Diva cup. You have to insert, oh, I have to put my fingers in my vagina. It's your vagina. And it's like, oh, I'm not going to put that in my vagina. I make boluses for, helping and strengthen, and it comes right on out. Oh, they said I can't put that in my vagina. I said, but you put Deflecin in your vagina when you have a yeast infection? You put a penis in your vagina that you never known and didn't even have it covered? But you won't put something natural in your vagina that can help it? That's gonna come out? And so I try my best to, and not sound, but it's like, I want us to think. I want us to think. And when I do work with people, because sometimes it is just that dire. And so I have to be so direct. And because I want you to live. But I can't want it more than you. But I will, be stern and say, hey. Like the statement that I made, that's about the stern that I'll go like, you'll do this, but you won't do that. Make it make sense. You want to be better. I've had people come to me because I believe you can rid the body of herpes. Any symptoms. Does it take work? Yes. It's diligent work. Yes. The blood can be cleansed. Yes, it can. God is able to do anything. All we have to do is ask. And he'll give us the strategy. He'll give us the tools. That's my belief. But I've had people come to me and have HIV, even HIV or herpes, and they have literally still having sex with others, not protected, and consistently propagating. And then when I say, okay, well, let's do this. This is what you need to take. Let's sit down and talk about it. Let's mentally get to a place where you love yourself enough to want to be better, to get up in the morning, because that's the whole thing. We want to wake up in the morning and our blood is so clean that we feel good no matter what age. We feel good when we get up in the morning and we're bright and we're willing and ready to start the day, right? That's the whole goal. If we push to have that goal daily, we'll do what's necessary for our blood to regenerate properly, and which means our organs are going to regenerate what they need to regenerate and be good and clean and strong and good and pink on the inside and doing what they're supposed to do. If that's our joy button every morning, is to get up and say, oh my God, I'm alive. Oh my God, I feel good. I'm alive. And today gonna be a great day. Whatever happened yesterday, whatever. That
Ooh.
helps our blood. That helps our blood. The other stuff bubbles our blood. And then you'll have nosebleeds. You'll have blood in your stool, blood in your urine. Okay. And did I miss anybody? Because I can't see a hand up. So you got to tell me.
Yeah, we have at peace.
At peace?
Mm-hmm.
Dear?
Okay. Hey, y'all. All right. So
Mama
I have a
Evelyn.
couple questions.
Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me okay?
I can. So
Okay.
while you're asking, I'm writing down so I don't forget.
Okay. So the garden medicine, the garden wisdom. I definitely want to find out more. Let me see. My camera. Sorry. I definitely want to find out more about that because I have a whole jungle in my backyard.
Oh,
It's a bunch of pretty flowers, like tiger lilies are all over it. But I didn't do the gardening like I normally do. So everything just kind of went haywire. And I guess I'm glad that it did because I have nettle back there. I have burdock. I think I might actually have yellow dock back there already, so I have to check. But I definitely need help with just how to use those while I have them because the backyard has to get de-weeded. That's just going. It has to get cleared out. I don't mean to call them weeds, but
I was gonna say,
you know how they grow. When I say weeds, I mean you just growing out of control. I mean, let's get like they. Hey, come on now.
You say y'all wild back here.
Y'all wild back here. Y'all on the east side. We on the west side. Come on now. Like, y'all know what I mean. So we all got them
Leave
cousins.
the east side alone.
You got the tiger lilies that's all pretty. And then you got her cousins. So the cousins I run them up. Okay. And I need to reel them in. All right. So I have burdock back there. I have nettle and I have yellow dock for sure. I know I have those. So I need to know like how to harvest them and how to, get out of them and stuff while I have them and then clear out the rest. That's my first question. I have another question after that.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, the other question is about the dry blood analysis. I've been looking and wanting somebody to do it for the longest. Dr. Carla Mitchell, she is a good resource here in the city. And but she's pretty busy lady. So, it's not that easy to get on her schedule at the same time when I actually have the funds and all of that. So what's your appointment process, or do you have a website, an email or something like that? But what could how much is it and those types of things? I know you don't take insurance, do you?
Not yet.
Okay. So what would be your method of payment, or how much is it?
Her website is in the chat.
Okay.
And her Facebook is also in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to your first question, the garden medicine and the nettle, the burdock, and the yellow dock, and the myriad of things that you got back there, because you probably got some Queen Anne's lace and some other stuff back there too, and some butterfly root. But those main ones that you noticed and you carved out are all blood herbs, blood and skin herbs. And so the stinging nettle, you want to make sure you have on gloves because you will sting yourself. Okay, go ahead. Unmute yourself because I can't. There you go.
Yeah, I was saying exactly. Yeah, you will prick yourself and it hurts. Like when you stick yourself, it's like it hurts. It's not like sticking yourself with a rose thorn. It's like it spreads one prick and it just spreads that whole area. It hurts.
Yeah. So make sure you wear the glove.
Like once I pick it,
you wash them.
Just wash it and boil it like that.
You can, but just because if you have so much, you want to dry them out. So you want to make sure you dry them and then put them in a jar, a glass jar or a brown paper bag, and store them. So when you bring them in, you want to wash them and let them dry out. Right? Take some paper towel or a cotton towel and pat them dry. And then take a cookie. If you don't have a real good dehydrator that doesn't give off them weird chemicals while you're dehydrating, put them on a cookie sheet in the oven at 200 degrees and then leave your door open. Leave the door of it open for 30 minutes. And that should properly dehydrate your herb. And then you can put it in your storage. Okay. Same for the burdock root and the yellow dot. Now the burdock root, you want the root. So you want to really take both hands and really pull that up. But if you can't, and you want to make sure it's after the dew in the morning. So you don't want it to be wet. And you want to be respectful with it, So after the time and it dries, and you might want to take a little hoe and go around it. Same with the yellow dye. The yellow dye is going to be harder to pull out because
harder than the burdock, because that burdock,
yes,
I have to
no.
way down deep in the earth for that one.
Listen,
and so with the burdock, I only do the root. I don't do the leaves, or I can do both.
You could do both, but it's really the root. Okay.
And then with the nettle,
the nettle is the leaf.
Doc, you said go down further. I mean,
to pull it. Because you need the root. That root is worse than the burdock. It's worse. I had to have a man come and listen, I need you to pull this. And then you want to keep the seeds and continue to grow, because you'll know when it's seed time because they turn brown. Let me see if I can grab a quick picture of yellow dye. They turn brown, and you will see them driving down the street, and they'll get pretty tall. I'm gonna see if I can switch this around. Okay, can y'all see that?
Yes.
Or is it blurry? Y'all can see that? Okay. So that's what the seeds look like, but we'll see them like that on the side of the road or in the backyard. That's when the seeds are ready to come off. But yeah. So you want the root. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. That was
yes, but the blood analysis, what I do with the blood analysis is $190. I get your blood and you come over, or I'll either send you the apparatus and you prick it, and I'll walk through a Zoom with you and do it, or you can come over, just depending on where you are, and do that. And then it takes me about a week to analyze, and then I come up with a full, complete protocol on how to, turn around the things that I saw, and then the things that you have questions about. Okay. And so having those pictures and things like that of what's going on in your yard, because you may be able to have majority of what you need already there. Okay. And then we go through that process. And so I coach you, and there's a coaching program as well to coach you through because usually the programs are like 6 weeks to 6 months, depending on what the situation is. Mm-hmm. And so help to coach you. Some people think they can do it on their own. And I go ahead and let them have at it. Mm-hmm. Try it, but if you find yourself in a healing crisis, because that happens. And some people, the healing crisis overtakes them to the point they don't know how to come out, and they run to the hospital, and then you start the process all over again because you overdid it. Like you took too much of a herb. Like I've told people, take 8 ounces at a time of this tea. They drank 16 ounces. And then they're throwing up, right? Throwing up, bowels going, throwing up. And they're like, oh, what did you have? I had your tea. How much did you take? The whole big old glass. How much did I tell you to drink? And so we'll take ourselves too far. And that's why I tell people with detoxes, be careful, because you can hurt yourself. You can hurt your liver and kidneys, which in turn hurts your heart, mess up your blood, because you can put these toxins in your bloodstream and your organs are not ready to handle that onslaught. So now your healing crisis is so high, right? Or you have an anaphylactic situation, because allergies, that's where they come from. You had something that happened in your bowel, and your bowel was cut, that protein came through, your body said, oh, invader. And then when you go buy it again and take it and ingest it, then your body is like, oh, invader again. And so now you have an allergic reaction. Okay. Any other questions?
I have a question. What is the initial consultation cost?
Initial consultation is free.
Where are you?
Did you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Where are you located?
The office that I use and partner out of is in Warren, but I also at the home where I'm staying, depending on the situation, I'll probably have you come here or out in Warren at 5701 Chicago by 13 Mile and off 13 Mile and Mile.
Yeah, it was significant that you have said that what we need is in our yard.
Mm-hmm.
We had another speaker that was saying the same thing, that you know, that the universe is so wise that what's out there is what you need. And then, you know, you come and confirm that again. And then peace confirms blood. And then you said all the stuff that's out there growing wild is like, you need me, you need me, you need me.
Absolutely. And it's like what I explain it. We're triune, right? So we're flesh, we're spirit, we're soul. The flesh was made from the earth. So why wouldn't our earth cry out and say, hey, I need help? And then in Genesis, he says, I made herbs for the service of man.
Yeah.
So they're here to serve us. So we find he knew, or God knew, we were going to be eating some stupid stuff. We were going to be entertaining some ignorant stuff. Okay, we're going to need a door out, a way of escape, as the words say. And our way of escape is to utilize and say, okay, and then everybody, oh, that's witchcraft. Oh, God. Oh, Pootie. If that's the case, Jesus was a warlock. Like, is he spitting? He's spitting.
That is. Whoop, that is.
Yeah, right. He's spitting some clay and put it on the man's face. Then told him to go wash in the dirtiest pool ever.
Right. Now go.
And I'm like, come on. Let's stop being so afraid. Right. And that's what it is, fear. And I get it, you know, because I have friends that I could have helped through the impartation given to me. And I tell people, I was like, it's not me. I'm not that smart. I'm not that wise. It's God's given to me when I deal with a client, because I do pray and meditate about each client that I get to know what I need to do to be present for them and what to blend for them, because I do blend medicinal teas, NST herbals. I blend medicinal teas and try to make sure it tastes pretty good. Some stuff I just can't, but try to make it taste very good for you and what your body needs. You know, like at Peace that has in her yard. Okay, you put this up, all right. I'm gonna tell you what to put together with it, so when you start to take it, it'll be good, and then your body will say, okay, I like it. Or you'll know if your body rejects it and it's just I can't. It's just not getting good. Then that's not your herb. We'll find a different one, right? Yeah, but absolutely.
While I'm cleaning my office space, I just found a book. I don't know if y'all can see it, but Backyard Medicine.
Hey, I love it. That's all right. That's all right.
It's by I think y'all know her. My bestie, Dr. Andrea Rogers.
Yes.
Listen, that's my classmate.
That's my bestie. That's my bestie, girl.
That's my partner. I love she. Yes. Tell her that you talked to Nicole this morning.
I will. She gonna be
tell her. Oh my God,
she wrote a book. She's a author. I don't know why she don't promote it. So her and I are gonna be working together. Her and I are gonna be working together to promote her book. So I was just cleaning my office space and found it. But this is a divine setup.
Listen, check us out. We refer each other.
I want to get deeper because I read today with wait a minute. Eve was framed. Woo!
y'all play too much.
First about the herbs was in the text. So here we are today on this. Same, making again, we already connected and now we're just reawakened in that connection.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it.
Who is here today to take and partake and share with this information. Please, if you have any questions, if you're shy, type them in the chat. We won't say your name. Just get your messages or what you have to share out. Please release them because your question may help someone else. Please.
Absolutely.
We're not doing that stuff. So go on and write it in the chat. You can say your daughter wrote it if you need to. It's all right.
Listen, I do not mind. There's no stupid question.
Nicole, I just had a moment because when we first came on and I was talking about my massage, I forgot one of the reasons why I was there. Not only because of my mother's diagnosis, but I remember that I was having a pain shoot up my leg on the feminine side of my body that was going from my heel all the way up to the back of my neck, because I'm thinking if I take on my mother's pain that she won't have to. And it was more than just.
Yeah. It's okay. Breathe it out. It's okay. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. There you go.
It was so much more than a talk with a stranger. I just felt so comfortable and connected to you, and we both were in denial about, I don't work on you, and I don't know her, and stuff, and just the fact that you really talked to me. We talked before you even worked on me, and it was a therapeutic session because you share, you're not going to be able to do that. You knew, you understood what I was saying and what was happening to my body, and that put out that I went through. I mean, you all, it was really something because I turned my phone off and the children needed to be picked up at 3:00. And Hetheru knew where I was, but my co-mother who lives next door to me, we live together, but not. My daughters are 3 months apart. So I was the pickup mom. So I didn't call her because I was taking care of me, and they were like, dang, well, the kids were like, where's mama? And they took care of themselves and got on home safely. They didn't, if they have to, they know they'll figure out what to do. But I really had to just totally escape this place so that I get my wig together, my mind. And so this healing touch was greater than just a massage. That ain't even the right word. I mean, that might be the word for it, but that wasn't the right word. I don't know what I need to call it, but it was a full, like I said, body, mind, and spirit, mind, and body was all addressed in this. And I don't know. If you need something, y'all need to make a phone call, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm a witness. I'm still here, and I'm working out. And because of that connection, I'm doing what I'm doing. So, dang.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And that was an amazing, God amazes me every session. I'm amazed at what is, because I offer myself as a vessel, as a servant for my clients of whatever they need for that touch, whatever it is that's going on. And Nicole, stay out of it. I pull Nicole completely out of it. Nicole sits and watches, and get told what to do. And that's really how I process and serve people that trust me, because it is a privilege. It is an honor and it is a privilege to serve. For you to get naked before me, it is a privilege. It takes a lot. And when people do that, I honor that. I really, really honor that. And so and even if it's something beyond my scope of practice, I refer to people that I trust. Like I said, at Peace, Andrea, that's my classmate. We studied together. We graduated together. And she's a beautiful soul. Oh man. And us doing our work together. Because in this journey, as we're serving, we're being worked on. So as you all are getting work through my hands, I'm being touched. A lot of people don't know that, and I try to mentor other massage therapists on that. Like, you have to yield yourself to the work. You cannot give your energy to a client. That's suicide. But for the person, and they're gonna be looking crazy, trying to understand why they're crazy. No, you yield, and you serve. And it is so important. That's why the blood in body work and the blood circulation and cleaning, it goes hand in hand, and being touched that way, even doing your own initial, when you wash up in the morning, and do it with something cold first and go from your feet towards your heart, stimulate your blood, that'll stimulate your immune system. And then we have to eat. And if we find our appetites going down, we got to look at our bowels. But I do admonish everybody to seek into having body work. It is not a luxury. It's not a luxury. Think back to when how many mamas is on here? That's a mama. Everybody a mama? Okay. Chime in and say something.
Yes, my daughter actually took massage therapy from Irene. She doesn't practice it now, but
stop it. What's her name?
Yeah, and her name is Sheena.
How old is she?
She'll be 38, 39, 38, 39. Yeah.
I wonder if I'm her. But I'm older, but she probably went. She could have went the same time I went. But think about when you had your babies and you rub their feet innately, like you rub their feet counterclockwise. You rub their back. You rub their bodies, right? You innately massage their little bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So what make us think that we needed to stop that?
Right. Well, my grandson still wants to be.
I've had my youngest client was 11 months. And I've had her, she's now turning 9 in January. And she came in with her mom. Her mom was getting work in her Mima. And she wanted her mom to feel better. And she's a very strong, little, powerful little woman. And at 11 months. And she said, "You help my mommy?" I said, "Yes." And so I taught her some of the healing practices and how to rub her hands and set her intention. So she would help me do the massage. I am kid friendly or child friendly. So if anybody, I am child friendly. I'll have your child in there working with me. And so she would go and she would massage her mom's feet. And she was like, "I just want my mommy better." And I said, "Okay, we're going to make mommy better, right? We're going to pray. We're going to make mommy better." And so she starts seeing, so her mama get off the table. She got naked and said it was her turn. And she's been my client ever since. And she knows, and starting that early, they're in tune with their body as far as like the growing spurts. She'll call them in a minute. "It's time for my massage. Call Cole. I need Dr. Cole. It's time. I need a massage." And she will not let them sleep until she gets to me. And so through her process, me and her chiropractor, because at times she would get stressed out and her bowels would get backed up, and her chiropractor where I work, and then her chiropractor at work. And she's right back on point and she's good. And that consistency. But children do need body work. These young babies are stressed out. They're extremely stressed out, and I'm pushing a movement for young people.
Adults stressed out.
Yeah.
The children are adult stressed out.
And it's not good.
No,
it's not good. And the people are like, I don't want to pay for my. I said, listen, I will work out something for you for your children, but your children do, I do spa parties or spa days for the home, for the family, and teach you how to touch each other properly to help in the meantime. But invest in yourself because these young people, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 16, are stressed out. And these are our future. These babies are our future. Just imagine when they get in their 20s, you see some of the ones already making these crazy decisions and eat all crazy stuff, and you can tell their blood is off because the thinking is off. And then you look at their skin and their habits and how they smell. So yeah.
I just want to add this if I could, because I did my research on this. Y'all know I be researching. Yeah. So I love working with young people, with meditation and stuff. And so I did my research. I think it was last year. I found this statistic out that, and I don't really do statistics. I'm not big on those, but you can learn from them. And this was very alarming to me. And the statistic said that we have 6-year-olds now committing suicide in the Black community.
Yes.
6 years old. As young as 6 years old is committing suicide in the Black community. And, a lot of y'all were raised the way I was raised in terms of Black people, melanated people. We didn't really go that route, of suicide as much. It's not prevalent as part of our culture. And so to know now that we've come to a point where we live in society where babies are saying, I'm out. Yeah. Like they just checking out on their own. They're taking their own lives. Yeah. Is alarming to me in a lot of ways. So yes, the babies are extremely stressed.
A girlfriend of mine, her son took his life, attempted to take his life. He was 11, down south, and she was on my heart so heavy, and I got a download. He had been being bullied, and parents they weren't paying attention. They weren't asking questions enough and making him feel comfortable enough to say. So he ended up trying to end his life. It ended up in a coma in the hospital, and it was like, so how do you tell someone, I don't believe he wants to come back? He doesn't want to come back. He sees the peace there. He doesn't, you holding on to him, but he doesn't want to come back. And it's like, okay, so, I shared with her, maybe it's time for you to go to the school and do some investigation and find out what really happened, and then be a champion for the other young people there. Because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then I think some of us, we're brought up the way we're brought up. A lot of these young people are brought up with a suburban mindset, even though they might live in a neighborhood. So they don't handle like we handle. And then you got this other little young person. Yeah. So yeah, all comes back to let's get our blood together. Let's get our blood together. And then as we have them and teaching other young women. So as they're having babies, their babies are coming stronger and stronger, blood-wise, especially during the pregnancy, because the baby takes so much. And sometimes we don't realize how much the nutrients is important that we need to take and how to take it for our individual bodies. So as we release the child comes, we're not so depleted. Lose hair, lose teeth. Kidneys are, impaired now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what, Nicole? I look at this, I call it a menage a trois with kidneys, high blood pressure, and dialysis. I mean, yes. No. It's three of them. Kidneys, the dialysis, the high blood pressure. What's the other one? It's three of them. I can't even remember my menage a trois.
Diabetes. Did you say three of them?
It's diabetes. Your diet, people got to go to dialysis, and then high blood pressure. Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, is it the medicine that sends people in this? Because I said this thing is, it really is a triad. It's like the five Holy Ghost. I'm like, we got dialysis centers in Strip. What the heck is going on?
It's big money. So they know prescribed drugs. You have to overdose your liver and kidneys to spill into your blood system. It's not a lethal overdose, but it is an overdose. So that's why they find out how much you weigh. So they can overdose the organs for it to spill in the blood, because once you put it in, the kidney and the liver say, this is not new. This is not normal. This is an invader. So we're going to fight. So it's going to fight off part of it, and the rest of it is going to spill into the blood. That's why they don't want you to take other people's prescriptions, because it might be your lethal dose, but not theirs, just the overdose. So think of that all the time, even the over-the-counter, the Theraflu, the NyQuil, the Bear Aspirin, the Pepto-Bismol, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff has to overdose the liver and the kidneys. So if you're doing that, and then you're not drinking water, you're not eating leafy things that will feed the organs, then you're stressed out. And that stress is impairing your kidneys and liver. So your kidneys is a direct correlation to your heart. So if the water pressure, your kidneys govern your water of your body. So if your water is off because of your kidneys, your heart is the pumper of the fluid and the pressure of the fluid. So if your water table is off, your heart is going to be off. And so if you keep that triune going in that negative fashion, and so now you're hitting the pancreas because the liver is giving off weird chemicals. So the pancreas is saying, okay, well, I need to give off this. The adrenal glands on top of the kidneys is like, well, we stressed the hell out, so we need to give a whole bunch of cortisol. So now the belly is fat, the arms is fat, the thighs is fat, the circulation is going down, even more debris is going. You see stuff in the teeth, eyes, all of that not resting well, looking pale and flush a little bit every now and again. And then now the kidneys is like, and then you go and say, hey, well, I'm just going to sit and chill, and I'm going to have this. I'm going to have a Mountain Dew. I'm going to have a Pepsi. I'm going to have some high sugar juice that's from concentrate. And so the kidney is like, okay, well, good God Almighty. All right, well, I got to balance this out. And the heart is like, well, damn, there's a whole lot of stuff. So I'm pumping. So I'm going to press this in here, even though this is not real nutrients. We're going to do something with it. Okay, we're going to store it as other stuff as fat, because we don't know what to do with that. We tired. So we're just going to make that fat, and it's going to sit over there. Okay, pancreas. Okay, well, right. We're going to give out these things, but we kind of getting tired, and it's worn out at the islets. And so I'm about to just kind of check out a little bit. And then depending on your blood, you're either going to get inflamed pancreas, which is pancreatitis, or diabetes mellitus, where your glucose is off.
I just want to say thank you for making this plain. Thank you so much for making it plain. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because our MDs will not make it that plain.
Right.
They will. And it's that sometimes you can find a good integrated MD. They are worth it. And if you find one, keep them. Because they'll work with people like me, because their main job is to make sure that you're healthy and thriving. You feel me? Yeah. But that's how our body works. Go ahead.
My new doctor is Dr. Betts. I don't know if you know her.
That last name sounds familiar.
She's a regular doctor, but she also deals with the holistic part. And she actually
wonderful.
She has a building over on Livernois. She said she wanted to, move, she wanted to move her practice there and just really have a whole thing going on. But she is so busy. I barely see her. So I need some extra help with everything that's going on. But
listen,
yeah,
I might have to go and connect with her because I love to connect with other MDs like that and work together because it takes a village. It really does. It takes our community to really be the village and community for us to say, okay, I'm having this issue and not be like Mama had said, let's get out of shame. Shame kills us. Condemnation kills us. Guilt kills us. It makes the blood thick. It makes the blood thick. And it actually adds to the growth of bad cells. I don't like the C word because people are so afraid of the C word. And then in their mind, as soon as they hear the C word, they equate it to death. So they're bad cells. So you feeding those bad cells with that. So it's like, no, let's get out of the shame. Let's get out of the shame. Okay, I overate. Okay. I'm overweight. Okay. All right. So, all right, now we know that's a fact. You can see, right? And so, and then, all right, today I choose to feel better. We have to say that. Today I choose to feel better. Today, my organs are going to work in perfect order the way God intended. Today, my taste buds are going to be better and I'm going to really like and eat what's good for my body. And we have to do that every day and give the affirmations. My organs are going to work in proper order as God intended and made it.
My organs are going to work in proper order as God made them to work.
Yes,
I
Say
am.
it now, go on and
yes.
say it.
Say it.
And you mentioned beets, and I love beets, but I don't eat enough of them.
Put them in smoothies. Raw.
They're good sugar. They are good sugar.
Yeah. But make sure you doing, doing that many beets, make sure you're drinking your water. Because those toxins they're going to spill into the blood system and you got to get it out or you're going to have a nice little moment.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying that when we eat something that does a cleansing. So now the body will, because the body is going to take the things that it washes or rinses, so to speak. So you still got to wash your little internal trash can, what you're saying.
Absolutely.
All right, now, see, I ain't never think about it like that.
Absolutely.
Because the body has a trash can. It has a trash can.
And so you either want to sweat it out. So that's why you got to make sure your skin is porous and clean and healthy because we need to sweat. Sometimes we need to sweat it out, urinate it out, defecate it out, sometimes and spit, But if you got it just in your blood and you don't get enough water for the blood to cleanse that out, it's going to reabsorb back into your organs and muscle tissue. Then you're going to feel like crap.
Tea okay?
Say that again.
Is lemon ginger tea okay?
Yeah. Okay. Ginger is one of your best helpers when you're taking herbs. It actually shoot or propagate your nutrient to your lower extremities. Yeah, and then cayenne pepper is an intensifier of it as well. So if you're taking like ginger, like say if you're doing a cleanser and you got your ginger and your lemon, say Oregon grape for your lymphatic system, right? So you can help your immune system and white blood cells. You add cayenne pepper to that and that'll actually boost it and stimulate it stronger into the body.
What kind of grape?
Oregon grape.
Oregon
grape. Yeah, it's a lymphatic cleaner and strengthener.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the root.
Elizabeth, we're almost at the top of the hour, and I would like for any of you who have some questions or comments. You have been precious, Nicole, just precious.
Thank you.
Thank you. Precious. I was at the beginning, I was like, so what's she going to talk about? And how much time does she need? A half an hour, an hour? And Mama had said, well, I told her it was a 2-hour thing, but it has been, every moment has been exciting and so informative. And we definitely have to have you back, and we definitely have to have you at some of the Elizabeth conferences.
I would love to. I would love to. Thank you.
And you don't only have to come when you're speaking. You can just jump on in. And
I will. I've sat in the background and listen. I've sat in the background on a few of you guys' mornings and listen. Yeah.
Elizabeth and she's been Elizabeth
supporter. Right, and Elizabeth and supporter.
Okay.
And Mama Heath, thank you so much for taking the time to share with Sister Nicole and telling her about what we do and being, just inviting her on. So thank you, Mama Heath, and thank you, Nicole.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Anytime. And if it's something specific you want me to deal with, just let me know.
Okay.
Nicole, can we give them that number that we use? Your number?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Let me chat real quick because this will be saved. It's recorded and everything, so we can come back to it.
Are you putting it in the chat?
Yes, ma'am. I had to go get it. I said, let me get it so I can put it in there.
Yeah. And how much do you deal with? Well, it's the whole body anyway. I was going to talk about teeth. Mine are just falling out, just doing its own thing. But
it's something in the air with these and me and the other scientists been talking about this. It's something in the air with these chemtrails and what's going on that we have to really strengthen in our blood, because our teeth I've been having teeth issues where it wasn't like this before either. And so we'll talk about that even the more. I looked at Mama Head when she did the oil pulling thing and the connection to the other organs. That is so important. But there are herbs and things like that we can really heal the blood and heal the gum. So that we'll have good teeth. Because I said, after this, and then I'm going to Colombia, give me a set.
Right. Colombia is what they have a good price, or they have the best doctor.
Oh my God, yes, both. What you would spend $35,000 here?
Yeah,
it'd be like 4 there.
Get a trip out of it.
Yeah, they have a whole clinic and a hotel that's in the mall. And I've been stalking them for like 2 years. I've been watching first because I was like, I'm just not going to go. But I've been stalking them for about 2 years.
Can you give that information? Can you put it in the chat? Because I'm definitely going to.
Yeah.
Not only mine, but my husband just came out and was like, oh my goodness, we got to do something.
So definitely. Well, definitely you want to heal up the gum line first. So we'll work on healing up your gum line and making sure that your gums are strong and the bone is strong for them to actually do the work. Okay. But I'll get that in there. I have to search in the email. I know I sent it to you, Mama. I gotta pull it out. I know and I sent it to you, so it should be easy for me to recall it. And send it over. But
The other thing is that I know someone has requested a holistic naturopath to deal with the eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One of my favorite topics because of my eye issues.
Okay.
And regenerating the eye and the cornea. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we definitely want you to come back and talk about that because that's been who does that. I need help and all of that stuff.
Okay.
And one, I'm wondering the things that they have you put the drops in your eyes, you know, because the medical system is does that also, do they do things with the eyes that are not good? Yeah.
Absolutely.
They do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Coming back.
Yes, I will. Just let me know what date and I can come back and we can talk about the eyes.
Okay, good. Anyone else have something to share, say, or thank? Otherwise, we're going to get out of here and start the rest of our day. Well, then everybody can go ahead and unmute. Okay, who's that?
Star.
Oh, y'all can all unmute. And also remember to keep Raziya in your prayers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with Raziya?
Raziya.
This is Deborah.
Okay. Oh, hey, Deborah. Yeah. Well, really, all we know is that she was in the session, and she said right after the session, she could not get up.
I remember. Okay.
Right,
she told me, I talked to her yesterday. I just wanted to give her, I'll send good energy her way. And as soon as I get there, I'm going to make sure I check on her.
Yeah.
Miss Deborah says she coming to town, honey.
I'm coming. I'll be there and I will be checking on Raziya.
You bringing some cake?
I like cake.
Some ingredients for your cake.
Wait a minute, Nicole, she makes vegan cake, make you suck your mama. I mean,
listen.
Oh so you're healthy, it's good and it's healthy.
It's good. You're not gonna have any reactions because I can't eat dairy and things like that clog up your blood. So I'm vegan.
I love it. I don't know if you guys knew Mama Khadija Rahman.
I don't know her.
She passed away last year.
Oh,
Deitra.
I think I heard about that.
Dr. Dawood Rahman's wife.
Yes, I heard about that. Yes.
Okay. She had I learned vegan class from her, eating whatever, but she did vegan desserts too. And she would make a mean vegan cheesecake.
Oh.
Out of cashews.
Oh my, that sounds
so that was my first vegan cake. And if that cake is your cake is anything like that.
I don't know how to do the cheesecakes at all, but I can learn.
I can send you the recipe. If you could take your time with the cake, you got to
please do, because I'm all about, what's going into your body should be healing. Let food be thy medicine. I use that every day. It's just part of my philosophy of how to treat your body. Don't be putting stuff in there that's gonna mess your blood up or get your blood thick and sticky and irky. No, so I try to do everything to heal the body.
Yes.
I love your colors.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, but let me know if I could be any assistance with Mama Raziya. If y'all find out, let me know.
I'm gonna check on her, and I think I have. Oh yeah, I have your number. I put it in my book, and
okay.
I'm still old fashioned. Like the phone is good, but I still had a little book for numbers too.
If these phones break down, you better
exactly.
Paper.
Exactly.
That's so true. Yeah.
All right, ladies.
Okay, ladies.
Have some love. Hug yourself.
Thank you.
Hug yourself, and then hug the world. Oh, yes. Y'all feel it? Do you feel it?
Yes. Love y'all back. Love y'all back. Thank you again for having me. Thank you.
Nicole, where are you? Where are you in Michigan?
In Detroit.
You're in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good.
I've seen your face before.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Mama Yaba, right. You want to share what's up for tomorrow?
I need to hear her voice.
Yeah.
What's up, Mama Yaba?
What's up, sea stars? This was, I don't even know what the word to use. This was heavenly.
Oh.
This was coming from a really, really high place. Sister, I'm just so honored to have been here today to hear your presentation. So I hope to visit you when I get to Detroit. Tomorrow, we're still working on it, but you asked about polygamy and chakras. So I'm thinking I'm gonna cover those two areas. Okay. And I might bring out my guitar and do a little mini concert.
Come on, that would be great.
I'm getting on that.
You know, she's gonna be here in a couple of days. We're gonna get some good loving.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Mama Awa is gonna be here. I don't know if them two on the road. I don't know. I don't know if the folks can take it.
I know one thing. I might sneak up in the middle of the night and come visit. So y'all be ready to eat some time in.
Yeah, I heard about you. I gotta get prepared. I'm just gonna drink water for the next 2 days.
I know that's right.
Because you're gonna be boiling over and you might use up all my steam. I'm just joking, but I just wanted to say thank you, Queen Aduni, for this opportunity to bring all of us sisters. I'm telling you, there's something going on in Detroit. I told everybody the mothership dropped all these women off.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Y'all are something, man. Thank you.
When we be obedient, honey, it's a great thing.
That part.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Okay, ladies. Peace.
Peace.